This is the Filbe 3, the Filbe FILB family of load-bearing equipment 3D assault pack. Modified, just mainly some things I added. I'm going to talk about it. Um, Nothing major. Okay, I just sew up some spots here where the stiffener had torn. Didn't have too much damage on this pack, so I was fine with that. Now I'm going to use a different type of stiffener. I'm probably going to make my own. And what I'm going to do, for a couple of reasons, I'm going to get a one of those cutting boards, which is made out of the same material that the stiffener is. It's a plastic. Those ones that like a cutting board to use for crafts. And I'm going to cut it to where it'll fit on here. Cut the edges around them. Now there's two reasons why I want to do this. Because I do a lot of fishing, a lot of traveling, a lot of whatever. I can cut that um, cutting board, or cutting mat, I should say, to length, where it's actually a ruler with the depth on it. So if I want to measure something, I have a ruler with me too that I've taking something that would normally be just a stiffener, and I can take it out if I need to use it. So it has multiple uses. I can also use that to write down different bits of information for coordinates, to tables for doing mathematical things, for charting, and anything I want to do with that. So that was the main thing. The first thing I did is wash this up real good. Put some silicone spray on it that's waterproofing. Now there's a reason why I use silicone, because these zippers are waterproof and they're nice, but a little bit of silicone is better than the camp dry crap, because silicone will coat that, as well as using silicone grease that's used in plumbing. And I just ran that along there, um, coated the covering and the zipper on this very carefully, and then wiped off the excess. So the silicone will um, preserve that rubber. The other mod I did, and you can see it very clearly right here, is I added some shock cord, because on the Filbe pack, or the FILBE pack, we wish to call it, the zipper starts up here and ends down here. So the one side is wider than the other, and it's supposed to be you can open it up. You do have Molly webbing or Pals webbing here that you can use, and this side really not as much, because you're going to have a two-sided, two strip gap the zipper would go. So I added this, and there's a reason for the shock cord. It gives me multiple uses. Okay, I'm not going to use this side as much, but if I want to, and I have a stopper at the bottom, I can put something in here. I can put an axe. I can put something like that in here, and it will go down through this open area here, and it will be very efficient. The other thing it does, it's really important. I like the idea of using shock cord. I have it a little tight, probably a little bit tighter than it should be. Um, the reason for that being is that I don't want to have the pressure on this pack, if I have it loaded, necessarily being pulled on the zipper. So if I use shock cord, use it on the webbing. If I have something in up to here, which this is where a lot of the problems are too, this rips. This puts the pressure away from the zipper onto the shock cord. The other mods are just things, that aftermarket things that I would use. This isn't necessarily something I'm saying you should use. Okay, um, I can change these out. But number one, I have a water bottle that'll hold an Nalgene bottle in it. It's really nice, because one of the major things I really want, and I look for in a backpack, it's a backpack on the side you can put a water bottle, an Nalgene bottle. Easy access. This has that, even has a drawstring on it. There's a better made one with a lid, but for me, I'm going as lightweight. This works fine. This is a two-zippered pouch. It had a closure on the top with a buckle. Really worthless. I cut that off. So I have two pockets here, and I can even attach that right here if I want to. So the reason for that is I do a lot of solar. And let's say I want to carry a battery with me, some cords, a small solar panel, whatever I want. As far as my cords for charging things, the battery, right here, I can keep it there, I can keep it there. And I could mount a solar panel to the top of this, left this top open, or this last top part of Molly. So I could put a solar panel on this if I wanted to while I'm walking, hook it to a battery pack, have it charging while I'm walking. You know, it's not going to be like a phone where I'm going to have to worry about shade. As I'm walking, it's just going to keep charging and charging and charging until it tops it off. Works really well. This is a phone case. It'll fit the phone I'm using right now. That's for mainly what I use this for is when I'm changing. You know, when you're at the beach or something, let's say, and this is for beach visits, or when you're out somewhere and you have to take your pants off and you have to put your phone somewhere, and it might slip and fall. It might be somewhere where you're putting it in a wet pair of swimming trunks. It could be whatever. You can put it in this to carry it to walk with. And I must really say again that it's just a very simple phone closure, velcroed real nicely. And like I said, left the top part of this molly open because that's really important if I want to attach anything to it, to the top, beyond what I have here. I have the top row open. I can tie little lanyards in here. I can do whatever I want to attach something else on top, carry a chair, attach a solar panel, whatever. I'm utilizing the space on the molly. So one of the reasons I didn't get the big assault bag, I don't need it. I got this one. This one, great place to hang keys. Bottom elastic, kind of worthless in my opinion. Here, this is supposed to be, had some shock cord here. Oh, I put a little bit of shock cord in between here. I have two open areas right there, shock cord. In case I need that for extra shock cord. You never know when the shoelace might break, something might happen, whatever happens, something breaks. You have cordage that you can use. This is great for a compass, something small, a lighter, your little bag with your dry fuel in it. You want to. I usually keep a little tin with me that I can use. Okay, I keep a little tin with some char cloth or something in it. A striker, fire equipment right there. Great way to start that off with. There I have a front pouch for some things in. So there's a pouch there, zipper, and then the main zipper in this is two webbed netted areas here, 1, 2, 3, and a large one here. Well, actually two large ones and a middle one. With you can put pens, pencils, you can put whatever you want. Small flashlight and a utility if you're doing. Aftermarket. Color is close. It's not the same. I don't care. At least it's not green. It's brown. It gives it kind of an interesting look. Military people would be flipping on me right now. But it's good. And it actually takes the regular system of the Filbe pack, FILB, family of load-bearing equipment. It gives me a lot more space utilizing the Molly and PALS webbing. So there you go. That's my modifications to it. Just mine. That's just what I use. I'm trying to see what I can take, mainly the difference between this and a hiking backpack. I'm not going to use this for long travel. I can put something on the bottom here. But as far as my other backpack, the ones that are larger sized, yes, that's more for when I go out and I want to take my hammock and my blankets and an extra pair of clothes and stuff. This is more for like a day pack. This is more for work. This is more for traveling, doing work that I do for research, for historical stuff, things like that. It utilizes the space on the outside that normally what you wind up doing is storing all the stuff on the inside. Okay, so you store it, and there's compartments, like right inside here is a compartment. It's really useful that you can store pens, pencils, lighters, all that crap you'd have in there. And what you wind up having is you stick anything in there, you have this ballooning right here, and all your storage is here. So let's say you want to put a thermos in there. Okay, you want to put a thermos in this backpack. It'll fit. You put a thermos in, and you're trying to pull it out and this stuff gets in the way. But putting it on the outside, it makes it easier to get to. This is a lot easier when you're traveling. You get to stop. You want to get your water bottle. You want to write something down. You have a notebook in here. You have pens. You have a compass. You have all that on the outside where it's not going to get lost. Um, and It'll work. The only drawback to this system here is rain. Okay, so you get rain, and you're going to have to really watch what the water is going to do if it can get into here. So you don't want to have it where it's going to leak through. Waterproof the whole thing, but that's when you might want to have a pack cover. You can take a garbage bag and modify it and throw it over to about here. Now to keep it totally dry. But yeah, that's my take on the Filbe 3-day assault pack and how to use it as a good civilian backpack for day hikes, 3-day hikes, going on a trip, going to the beach, doing field research, taking it for utilizing it for what it is made for on the fly, and being able to take any of these things off. This is a really great idea. I didn't come up with this, but I like the idea of utilizing that side bit of webbing to protect that zipper, and also to be able to store, like I said, an axe or something in it. And if you have your water bottle there and you have an axe, it balances it out real nice.